And welcome on in to another episode of Getting Well with Terry and Friends. I'm Terry. I think Bryant should be joining me here shortly in a few minutes. Scheduling notes, there will be no show Monday, Wednesday, or Thursday this week. Planning on doing a show Tuesday for the All-Star game. Thursday, there's like 4 games, but 2 are double headers. Some of them are in the afternoon. So there basically be 2 games on at night. So there will be no show Monday, Wednesday, or Friday. Monday, Wednesday, or Thursday. Planning on doing a all-star show, and then everything returning back to normal on Friday. So that is the plan. Welcome on in, Bryant.
What's going on? What's going on?
Last day before the all-star break, and
Yeah.
looking to make some money here. IceX, I truly miss hockey. I know it's not the same. But the second half of baseball, I'm hoping will be a good second half leading into football and hockey season. I'm excited, obviously, for both of those. And as I said before, the NHL season, daily season previews will be coming sooner to the regular season. Before we get into the first game, Dave did send in his parlay piece, which is involved in this Toronto game, which is the first 5 under 5.5. So I thought I would throw that out there, that he took the first 5 under in the Toronto-Kansas City game, which is about to start here in a few minutes. Regarding that game, yes, I did what they say you're never supposed to do, and I have a minus 300 in a parlay. I do have Toronto money line in a parlay. It is what it is, but that's basically my only bet on them today. And I won't take up time going over yesterday's game, but yeah, I think momentum changed in the bottom of the 10th, and I think we'll see a different Blue Jays team going forward. IceX is Royals money line, and if you're on that, then you are with Nick, who is also on the first 5 and full game money line, still continuing his minus 300 faves, or minus 300 fades. Sorry. First game we're going to talk about that I actually don't have a pick in, but I think this is a fascinating game on today's slate. We have the Boston Red Sox heading to the Yankees for the final game of this series. You can find Boston anywhere from plus 150 to plus 170, so a 20-cent difference. And you can find the Yankees anywhere from minus 180 to minus 200. It's another 20-cent difference. 7.5 right across the board at every book. Currently, no picks for me in this one. Sale against Cole. We have a great pitching matchup here. And I think this will be a really entertaining game. But Cole has kind of got lit up here as of late at times, especially by Boston. Sale, very good in his first start. But I'd like to see what he does against the best team in baseball here in this rivalry game. The Yankees took it to Boston yesterday. That over 8.5. Even though it looked like it was going to be a easy win at the beginning, runs started to slow down a bit, and I kind of was like, uh-oh. But the Yankees made sure that I didn't have to worry and cashed the over themselves. So nothing officially for me in this game yet. I want to hear Bryant's thoughts here, and then we'll see if I end up getting to anything, but probably a pass for me in this one, but a good game to watch. Bryant, Red Sox against the Yankees. What do you think here?
Yeah, this is a great matchup. I think this is the matchup that both fan bases have wanted for a while now. I don't know about that. I am gonna fade Sale.
This is from the Boston fan too, so
yeah, I know.
Yankees should have is kind of.
I feel like there might be some like reverse jinx, some jinxing going on here, a la Tim Earl. But anyway, this is the matchup that both of these fan bases have wanted for a while now. Their ace, Chris Sale, is finally healthy. We don't know for how long, but the Yankees have Garrett Cole on the mound. I'm going to be honest. I really think that this is a big time start for Garrett Cole. he got lit up by this same team. Well, really just Rafael Devers. He can't get him out. He's got to figure that out. He's got to figure that out like soon. Like, because I mean, I don't know if Boston would necessarily make the playoffs, and if they do, I feel like it's going to end up just somehow, some way, the Yankees are going to have to face him. So he's going to have to figure out Devers. But I like this spot for the Yankees. Personally, I'm fading Chris Sale because I think that what happened in Tampa Bay was more of a factor that Tampa Bay just doesn't have the offensive capabilities that the Yankees do. And so I have the Yankees in a money line parlay. But my best play here is I'm taking the Yankees F5 run line -0.5 at -130. I think that's pretty good value, all things considered. I like for the Yankees to jump on Sale. I think Cole's going to get off to a solid start, and ultimately that's kind of where this whole thing rests at, you know. So that's kind of where I'm going. Like I said, I'm backing my Yankees today in a money line parlay, but I ultimately think that the Yankees get to sell early. They get in this bullpen. I would not disagree with anyone who suggests that maybe the over might be the play. I think that's a pretty solid bet as well. So those are just my my opinions on the game itself. But ultimately, like I said, my money is going on the Yankees F5 run line and the Yankees money line.
All right. Noel says Braves money line, Giants money line, Orioles team total over 3, Texas money line, and Phillies team total over. Parlay them up. There's one that I don't like in that group. I'm not on the 2 team totals, but I will get to those games. But I do agree with them. But that Texas money line, I'd be careful there. But otherwise, I really like those. What's up, Sam? And then Noel likes maybe the Red Sox could sneak out a win. It's possible. It's definitely possible. But we'll jump into the second game here. The Orioles are in Tampa Bay. I'll bring up the current odds here. Currently, you can find the Orioles from anywhere from +120 to +130. You can find Tampa Bay anywhere from -145 to -155. Mostly 7.5s and some 7s available, depending on what books you have access to. In this one, if you told me at the beginning of the year that I would be doubling up backing Jordan Lyles, I would have told you that you are insane. There is zero chance that I'm going to double up on the Orioles and Jordan Lyles, but that's exactly what I'm doing in this spot. Back-to-back wins against the Cubs and the Angels, giving up 2 earned runs against the Cubs, 1 earned run against the Angels, 1 run against Minnesota before that. Lyles is pitching well. This Orioles team is playing well. 46-45. I don't think there's many people out there at all that would have said that after at the All-Star break that they'd be 500. So I think that's a accomplishment for Baltimore in itself. If you look at Corey Kluber, back-to-back wins against Boston, where he gave up 2 earned runs in the 2 games total. Before that, 7 hits and 5 earned runs against Toronto. I think we're going to kind of get in the middle of his really good starts against Boston, his bad start against Toronto. I think we get something in the middle, maybe 2 or 3 runs here against. But I'm going to back Jordan Lyles and this Baltimore team. I got the first 5 plus a half at -117. And I have Baltimore full game money line at +130. My dog of the day. They've just been playing well. So I'm going to continue to back them here. Isaacs has 10 units on the Yankees -2.5. Wow. So if that is true, then there's definitely no reverse jinx there. But best of luck, Isaacs. Bryant is currently away, so we will come back to him for this game here in a minute. But we'll go on to the next one. LOL, the Rangers. Yeah, the Texas, I can't really trust them, but To everyone's to each his own. We'll go on here to the next one. The White Sox are in Minnesota facing the Twins in this one. And I'll bring up the current odds. You can find the White Sox anywhere from minus 116 to minus 123. Minnesota is basically plus 100 at most books, up to plus 108. And you can find the total 8 or 8.5, depending on where you look in this one. I'm taking the first 5 under 4.5 at minus 113. I think we get a lower scoring game here. Pitching wise, you have Dylan Cease on the mound, who has been the White Sox best pitcher this year, 8-4 with a 2.30 ERA. No earned runs in his last game against Cleveland, 1 earned run against Detroit, 1 earned runs against San Francisco. So he's been pitching pretty well. In his last 7 games, he's 4-2 with a 0.69 ERA. So he has not been allowing basically anything. Chris Archer on the mound for the Twins. He has exceeded everyone's expectations this year. In his last game against Cleveland, 1 hit, 1 earned run. Previous to that, against Colorado, 1 hit, 0 earned runs. Previous to that, 3 hits and 2 earned runs against Arizona. The issue is that he's only going to go 4 or 5 innings, so he doesn't go a long time. But if he gives me his usual 4 innings with 1 earned run, then I love this first 5 under. I think it's a great spot for the first 5 under in this one. We will go on to the next game here. The New York Mets are in Chicago facing the Cubs. A double header yesterday, and the Mets were able to win both. It was a little bit close. They had to go to extra innings for both games, but they were able to win both games yesterday. And now they are once again facing the Cubs. You can find the Mets minus 138 to minus 145. You can find the Cubs anywhere from plus 115 to plus 127. Mostly 7.5s, some 8s available. In this one, originally it was going to be a pass game for me. I don't really like what I saw from the Mets yesterday against this Cubs team. I kind of expected a little bit more of a blowout, not a blowout, but I expected better of wins than going overtime, extra innings, both games. But when I really looked into this game, Peterson, in his last 5 games, he has at least 7 strikeouts in all 5 games. And if you look at the Cubs, they're actually the 6th worst team in the league for strikeouts. And the Jays are currently it's currently a 1-0 lead for Kansas City here against Toronto. So not a very good first inning so far here for Barrios. But back to this game. Peterson, 9 strikeouts in his last game against Atlanta, 7 strikeouts the game before against Cincinnati. He actually only went 3.2 innings in that one and still got 7 strikeouts against Cincinnati. 10 strikeouts the game before that against Texas. He has been hitting his strikeouts a lot. And if you actually go and look at his strikeout prop, which I will try to find here. There it is. David Peterson. If you look at his strikeout prop, it's 5.5, which is absolutely insane. You can find it at minus 110, minus 124 at FanDuel. I actually got it for minus 106, basically just an hour ago. And then I also took the over 6.5 strikeouts plus 190, which is crazy. He's hit 7 strikeouts in 5 straight games. The Cubs are not a very good team when it comes to not striking out. They strike out quite a bit. So I think it's one of my favorite plays of the day here, taking the strikeout props for Peterson. Cease 1-4 with an ERA of 7.64 versus the Twins. Wow. Interesting. I was kind of leaning towards Twins first five in the money line, but kind of went with the under instead. But we'll see if he can kind of improve on this. That's pretty bad stats there. So hopefully he kind of improves on it a bit. Today, we'll go here, and we'll go on to the next one. Seattle is in Texas facing the Rangers. This Seattle team is just hot. I don't know what else to say about them right now. They are winning games, winning a lot of games here. You can find them minus 130 to minus 135. You can find Texas anywhere from plus 110 to plus 120. Basically, 8.5s, mostly nines, actually, a couple 8.5s available here. Seattle first five money line. I got it at minus 120. I like the Mariners to be winning after the first five. And then I also have Seattle in my 4-team parlay, which does have Toronto, Atlanta, Seattle, and San Francisco in it. If you wanted to live bet it now, obviously Toronto is down, so you would get a much better price. I got plus 427, but I would still recommend betting it now with the Jays down 1-0. They are going to be facing Chris Bubick here shortly. Bryant, I went over, about 4 games, the rest of the slate here that I had picked out. So what do you think about Baltimore and Tampa?
Yeah. Tampa's just one of those teams that they'll fight you to the end. That was kind of the case yesterday. Orioles, they obviously lost their winning streak the day before on Friday night. They got back, covered the over 3.5 for me in extras. And they also won the game outright yesterday as well. So that was very big. I had that as my dog of the day. I felt good about going back to the well. Today, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to ride the O's, fade Corey Kluber. He's actually been pretty solid at home, better than he is on the road. But I still feel like there's some good vibes going around the Orioles team. And most importantly, I don't trust Corey Kluber enough to back him at like minus 150. I just don't, especially with the way generally the Orioles have been playing of late. So I took the Orioles. It's plus money. And as a little bit of security, I also believe that Jordan Lyles is going to do whatever he's supposed to do and keep the under for the F5 under 4. And that's minus 125. So I'm going to go with that.
All right. Yeah, I'm on the first 5 plus a half in Baltimore money line as well. I can't believe I'm backing Jordan Lyles twice. I said it earlier. I can't believe I'm backing him twice. If you told me that earlier, I would have told you you're crazy before the season started. Going on to this one here, White Sox and Twins. What do you think on this one?
I've got a few words for this. It's Dylan Cease. That's it. He should be an all-star. He hasn't been added to the team yet. But I'm going Dylan Cease. We're getting minus 128 for the White Sox. I like for him to shove and basically send one large FU to the all-star voters and people who didn't vote him into the game. Now, I see this stat right here with 1-4 against the Twins. I just think he's in a better spot right now than he's been in his entire career. Like, it's just kind of hard. Like, I get it. Those like big samples are like cool, but I think with pitching more than anything, you have to look at how a guy's looking right now. Like yesterday. I mean, yes, ironically enough, yesterday was the complete opposite of it, right? Dylan Bundy stunk. But recently this year, he's been good against the White Sox, and he did what he needed to do yesterday. So sample sizes like that, they do matter. But with pitching, I feel like it's such I'm an informed or not informed type of role. And ultimately, I just think that he's playing and pitching much better than he had earlier in the season. So I'm going to ride the White Sox. Like I said, just on the money line, you get minus 128. right there. So that's my play in that.
All right. Yeah, I took first 5 under 4.5 at minus 113. So we're basically hoping for the same thing, that Cease comes out here and plays well. And then Mets and the Cubs. Any thoughts here?
Yeah. Shout out to the Mets yesterday. Two big time dubs. I've just got the Mets money line here. I'm going with the Mets to win the game. I think they're the better team. Peterson's actually been a solid pitcher. The Cubs are like 9-17 in their last against lefties this season, at home, or not this season, but they're 9-17 against left-handers at home recently. So I just don't see any real value there. And back in the Cubs, they've lost 10 straight now, I guess, after last night. I think the Mets find a way to get this done. Hopefully, they have some of their bigger bullpen arms ready and available for this game. That would be greatly appreciated. So we're not sweating out Yan Lopez. Which shout out to him. He did what he's supposed to last night to cash the money line. But yeah, so that's my one play in this game.
All right. And then Seattle and Texas.
Yeah, I am back on the flex. Flex is starting to figure things out. I cannot, for the life of me, ever back Glenn Otto. I'm not doing it. I refuse to. I'm just not. So if you don't want to back Chris Flexen, which you can have apprehensions there, I'm going to the Mariners team total over 4.5 as well, minus 120. I think there's going to be some runs scored in this game, but particularly I think the Mariners are going to light up the Rangers pitching staff with Glenn Otto on the bump. Now, I know people are going to be like, oh, well, he had a good start against them earlier on this year, but that was early on. And the way this Mariners team look now, you can't even really factor that into the equation. He wasn't dominant by any stretch. And if he had been pitching better against other teams, I would be like, oh, okay, maybe. But he's looked horrible against other teams. So I don't even think you can factor that 5 innings, 3 runs, whatever that he gave up in a win against the Mariners. They're just in a groove right now. And it's hard to get in front of a 13 game winner in a row, or a team that's won 13 games in a row, and just fade them with the worst pitcher on the Rangers starting staff. Like if it hits, then it was partially luck, and you just you chalk that up and tip your cap. But if this game is simulated based on how they're playing multiple times, 9 times out of 10, it's probably the Mariners winning it. So with that, I just got to go with the Mariners. They're playing better ball. Chris Flexen's won quite a few games in this 13-game span as well. So that's where I'm rocking with it.
All right. Next, BetStamp. Use code WILD when signing up. I'll bring up the odds here as I do throughout the show. Make sure to find the best odds that you can get, whatever bets you like. And if you sign up, use code WILD, help out the show. It would be much appreciated. And you can find my picks there. Let's Go Wild Picks on BetStamp. Going on to last pitch. For me, basically only one more play in a game that we did not discuss, and that's Philadelphia, Miami. I went with the first 5 over 3.5 at plus 104. Actually going against Dave here, who in his total, we'll talk about later, kind of went against me on this pick. But I can't trust either pitcher here. Nola, great pitcher on the year, but he's been giving up runs as of late. And Trevor Rogers, who pitched really good last year, has not been the same. He's kind of starting to get it together here a bit, but still not. He's still 4-8 with a 5.42 ERA. Nola 5-7 with a 3.35. But Nola has been letting in quite a few runs as of late. So I like the first 5 over 3.5. I think we can get to 4 runs in this one, especially because Nola is a righty. Miami much better against righties. If this was a lefty, I might not be taking this play, but I do like it. Going on to the other games here, we just have Oakland's pitcher announced now. It is Adam Oler, who's 0-3 with a 9 ERA, basically pitching 1 or 2 innings, so not really pitching very long. facing Odorizzi. A game Houston should win, but not one that I want to get involved in the day before the All-Star break. Cincinnati and St. Louis, Ashcraft and Steven Matz. Zero chance I'm getting involved in this one. Steven Matz coming back from injury. We'll see how he does, but no interest in that one. Pittsburgh, Colorado, no pitcher announced for Pittsburgh, but even if there was one, I wouldn't be involved in that. San Francisco money line. I do have that in a parlay, and Jose Barrios just allowed a home run, so it's 2-0 Kansas City. Not a very good start there, but Brewers and Giants. I like Logan Webb, especially at home. I have his money line in my 4-team parlay, and then the last game, Diamondbacks and Padres. Merrill Kelly against Clevenger. No real thoughts for me in this one. I could see it going either way. Lean with San Diego, but not getting involved in this one. I think I have enough plays for today and the day before the All-Star break. Bryant, last pitch. Anything else in baseball that you want to give out? Are you there? Okay, he may not be here currently. That just ruined my no-run first inning. Yeah, well, that was a bit ago because it's the second inning now. But yeah, not a good start for the Blue Jays, that's for sure. I think Bryant is currently away, so we will go on to. We will just jump into the best bet segment here. I'll bring everything up. Then hopefully he will return. We'll start with dog of the day. For me, Baltimore Orioles is my dog of the day. Nick is going with the Arizona Diamondbacks. Tim is also going with the Baltimore Orioles. And no dog for Dave today. Over or under. We'll go on here. For me, I'm taking Chicago White Sox, Minnesota at first 5 under 4.5. Tim is going to the WNBA and taking Indiana and Seattle over 158.5. And Dave is, as I said, going with the Philadelphia Miami first 5 under 3.5. This one, best parlay piece. For me, I'm going Atlanta Braves money line. Nick is going Seattle Mariners money line, and Tim is going Baltimore plus 1.5. And as I said at the early beginning of the show, Dave is going with Kansas City, Toronto first 5 under 5.5. Best bets for me, Peterson over 5.5 strikeouts, which I think, let me see what the odds are. I don't want to put minus 106 because they have moved. So I will quickly check. Again, total strikeouts, best odds you can get is minus 110. So I'll put that down just to be fair. Minus 110. Peterson over 5.5 strikeouts. Nick is going Seattle minus 1.5 as his best bet. Tim is taking New York Mets money line, parlayed with Seattle money line. And Dave is going Cardinals minus 1.5 as his best bet. And Brian is back. So we will let you have the floor for last pitch and then get to best bets.
Yeah. Last pitch. Sorry about that, guys. Had some important things to do. Quick. Outside of the games that we haven't already mentioned, I like the Phillies F5 run line minus 0.5 at minus 115. Aaron Nola's on the mound. I trust he's one of the few Philly pitchers to back with confidence, or at least some semblance of confidence. And they are playing in Miami against the Marlins. The Marlins stink at home. Well, not Marlins stink at home, but Trevor Rogers stinks at home. His ERA at home is like north of 6. He just does not do well at home. And you're giving me minus some really good odds to back the better pitcher and the better offense and fade a lefty who the Phillies hit pretty well, all things considered. I'll take that every time. So that's an easy bet for me. I also think that the over 7 at minus 105 in that game is very enticing. While Nola is the better pitcher, he still has the propensity to give up runs. And again, just what I just said about Rogers at home and his ERA, I expect runs from him too. So over 7. And then we have the Phillies bullpen and the Marlins bullpen. Neither one is all that sexy. I think you can get your runs there. What else we got here? I have the Giants money line at minus 145. You got the better pitcher again, better pitcher, better odds at minus 145 with Logan Webb on the mound, and he's much better at home. He turns into a different animal at home. I'm backing that, and I'm also going to take it a step further today, or not today, but like I normally do with the convincing difference in pitching quality. I'm going with the Brewers F5 team total under 1.5 at minus 110. I think Webb is going to do what he's supposed to do. He just twirled a good 7 innings or 6 innings against the Diamondbacks, scoreless. So if you had taken that under a half a run F5 team total, the Diamondbacks, you would have cashed on plus money odds. This one is still really good. I think you could. I rate the Brewers lineup a little bit better than the Diamondbacks, obviously. So I'm not going to get greedy and go with the under a half a run. I'm going to just ride it out with this under 1.5 runs at minus 110. I think that's really good odds there. So that's what I'm going to do. In this Cardinals Reds game, it smells over to me. Steven Matz is coming off the IL. Graham Ashcraft has gotten lit up as well. The Reds, we know that they can hit. They can't pitch. That's always kind of been their MO. I guess basically everyone in their team except for Luis Castillo is not a pitcher that you should have confidence in. But I like the Reds team total over 3.5 at minus 110. The Cardinals have some injuries in their bullpen. They've been using these guys pretty regularly over the last week or so with the Dodgers series, where they had to figure out how they were going to keep the Dodgers from coming back late. So these guys are taxed, and we know the Reds can swing the bats, and they also like hitting lefties. They are better. Their splits look better against lefties than they do righties, and that seems like a good play to me. I don't have to back any of the Reds pitchers. I'm just simply looking for runs. Yes, Lance. Like I said, I think this is an over spot. And I think you can conversely go to the other side and get a Cardinals team total over as well. But at over 8.5 is what I saw it at. You were getting at minus 105, which I think is good value. So I'm all over the totals in the Cardinals and Reds games. What else we got here? Lastly, I am going to back the Diamondbacks on the F5 money line at plus 120 against the Padres. Merrill Kelly's on the mound. He's as solid as they come. He doesn't overpower you. He may give up 1 or 2 runs, but for some reason, his starts, the Diamondbacks find ways to keep themselves in the game. And ultimately, that's kind of where I'm at with it. I believe that that's the case here. They'll find a way to cash this F5 for us. And I also am going to take the Diamondbacks team total over 3 at minus 120 is what I got it at. Clevenger's not bad, not great. And that Padres bullpen was very rocky. It's been very rocky at points this year. So I think we can scrape 2 across in the first 5 or so, first 5 or 6 innings against Clevenger if he doesn't get booted out before then. And I think that the D-backs can figure out a way to get a couple more runs to cash that. So those are the rest of my plays for the day. I don't have any plays in the Dodgers. In the Dodgers Angels as of right now. And I don't care to back the Astros or Athletics at all. So, yeah. Oh, and the Braves. The Braves are in a money line parlay as well. Spencer Strider's on the mound. I don't even know anything about the kid that's pitching for the Nats. So I simply bet the Braves money line in a parlay because it's the Braves. They have the better lineup. All their guys are healthy that can be healthy at this point in time. They're full tilt. So, yeah, that's it for me today.
Perfect.
And yeah, yeah. And yeah. And then I guess my best bets and stuff like that.
Do you have a dog?
Uh my dog of the day. I am staying away from dogs today. No dog.
All right.
And my total for today is going to be the Brewers F5 team total under 1.5 runs. Excuse me.
All right.
And then my
And
parlay piece is going to be the Giants money line.
sorry, I'm trying to type and watch the Jays game at the same time.
Have they tied the game up yet?
Yeah, they're down to nothing, bottom of the second. Not a good
Oh
start
wow. Okay.
whatsoever. And even if I was going to say that too, if you went to live bet the Jays right now, they are. Oh, now they're minus 125. Okay, they were minus 163 a few minutes ago, but now that they have 2 outs, they're minus 120, minus 125. So still not a very good price. But what do you think here for best bet?
My best bet is going to be the Giants money line. And I also have the Yankees money line as well. And those are my two plays. I kept it simple today. Although I appreciate the Mets for doing what they did last night and winning, they didn't cash that team or that run line. So
That would
I
have been
am.
a plus 300 best bet winner for you too.
Oh man, it would have been beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Also, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, that's it. So it's just plus 160. That's it.
Okay. And that is the show. So as I said previously, no show tomorrow. No show. So no show Monday, Wednesday, or Thursday. Should be a show Tuesday for the All-Star break. Or sorry, for the All-Star game. And then we'll return Friday at our regular schedule. Best luck to everybody on your bets tonight. Smash the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Hit the like button if you like the content. And if you're watching on YouTube or if you're watching on Twitter, come join us on YouTube. We'd love to have you in the live chat. Best of luck on your bets tonight or today. And we'll see you Tuesday or Friday. Best of luck, guys. Have fun.